What did we learn in our previous session? What did we learn in the previous session? About the constructors, normal empty constructors, parameterized constructors, and we also learned that constructors cannot have return types, and that any number of constructors can be created in the same class, but with the different sets of parameters. Okay. And we have a few more concepts on these methods of constructors, which is method overloading concept that we'll learn in object-oriented programming. So these are the things that we learned on constructors. Okay, and then we also saw that these are the methods that we are going. These are the methods that are going to get executed first when we are creating an object. Okay, so those things we learned in our previous session about constructors, and then after constructors we learned about collections framework hierarchy. How many items or what are the different items which are present in collections framework? Like what is the hierarchy? The hierarchy is iterable, and then collections. Inside collections we have three different things: queue, list, and set. These are all the interfaces. Inside the interfaces or implementing these interfaces, there are many classes like array list, linked list, and then for queue we have a priority queue, and we have DQ, array DQ, and then for set we have hash set and sorted tree set, sorted set, and then in sorted set we have tree set. So that was the hierarchy image. You have to remember that image. And other than these collections, we also saw about maps. Map is again having some interfaces and classes: hash map, tree map. Okay, so that hierarchy we understood, and then we started collection. In collections, we started array list. From the list interface, we started array list, and in array list, we tried to add elements into the array list, and then we also saw that this is dynamic in nature. We are not mentioning the size of array list anywhere, and so we can add any number of values. And you see, at this, whenever I write array list like this without mentioning the data type, I will be able to store any type of values because these values are being treated as object type. When you create object type, we can store any values, right? Do you remember when we discussed about data types? See this. When we discussed about data type, I showed you some examples for object type. Where is it? Here you see object type. When it is of type object, I was able to store a character, I was able to store long, I was able to store float, I was able to store a string. I was able to store anything inside an object. Right? So similarly, here now, since you did not mention what type of values are you going to store inside this array list, you will be able to store any values, any type of values inside an array list that we have seen: string, number, boolean, and decimal. So all these things we were able to add. We are using add method of array list class to add elements into the array list. We are not using any index position to add the elements, and to read the elements again we have to use the index position, that is with the help of .get method. Not directly the index position, we have to use get method with the index position. So to add, we used add method, and to get them or to read the values in the array list, we use get method. Okay, so we have seen the declaration, addition, and then retrieval of values. Is that clear? Any questions in those topics?
When do we need to use this, like array set? Like when we will know like we need this?
When you want to store multiple values into a list, or when you want to store multiple values in a single variable. Okay, so then you might ask, what is why should we use array or why should we use array list, right? The basic difference I told you when I gave, or when we started collections hierarchy, that is, arrays are static in nature. Arrays are not arrays memory size, or the size allocated for an array is not resizable. We cannot increase or decrease the size of an array at runtime. At runtime, once you say that, see, I executed this and showed you yesterday. So when you create an array, you have to declare the size prior to adding values or prior to retrieving values. If you don't know the size, then there is no way that you can declare an array, or there is no way that you can store values into an array, because arrays are fixed in nature. Once you mention the size, then your compiler, based on this size, your compiler will allocate that number of memory allocations, and we will have only those spaces to store values inside that array, those many values. If I say 3, I will be able to store only 3. If I say 2, I will be able to store only 2. So we are fixed. Once this is declared, right? At runtime, after adding these 3 values and after doing some code, I want to add some more values here to the same array. But since the memory is already full, I told 3 and there are already 3 values. If I try to add another value, it is going to throw us index out of bounds exception. It is not going to store an extra value. Whereas collections, we are not mentioning any size, because these are dynamic in nature. When you don't know how many values are you going to store, you go with list type. When you know, or when there are fixed number of values that are going to be stored, then you can go with arrays. Understand? And arrays does not come with so many methods, whereas collections, collections means list, set, or map, or anything from the collections framework. We have lot many methods in this array list, which, see, not only adding, retrieving, and declaration. We also have so many methods in array list, which we can, which helps us doing our operations more easy. Okay. So when you have a fixed number of values and you know that that is not going to change, you go with arrays. When you don't know how many values you are going to store, or when you don't know how many values you are going to get, then you go with array lists, because these are dynamic in nature. Automatically it increases the size or decreases the size. Okay, we have seen, right, yesterday, by adding 3 values and 6 values, and then I commented these and tried, the size was 3. So that is the difference between arrays and array list. When you want it dynamical in nature, then you go with array list. When you want fixed values or fixed memory allocations, then you go with arrays. Okay, now let's see, since we have seen addition, retrieval, some basic operations, then let's see the differences between them. What are all the differences? Okay, see the differences between array and array list. This is a common question or important question that we get in interviews. Okay, arrays can be multi-dimensional. This can be used for matrices, but list is only single dimension always. Okay, here arrays will be able to store primitive or reference type, but array list can be can store only reference type, that is object type. Okay, and while adding to an array, we use index position, right? Array name of 0 is equals to something, array name of 1 is equals to something, but here we are using add method to add values into array list. To get the size or to get the number of elements in array, we use a length method, but in array list, what did we use yesterday? Size method. So to get the length or to get the number of elements in an array, we use length method, but for array list, we use size method. And then Arrays or static in size, array list is dynamic in size. These are all things we have discussed. We have one more thing called iterators, which are present in array list, but iterators concept is not applicable for arrays because iterator is implemented only for collections. You remember the hierarchy yesterday, which we have seen? Collections hierarchy. You see this iterable? This iterable is only implemented by this collection. So the iterator is present is inside this iterable. So when if you want to use iterator, this iterator can be usable by all these classes only. But this cannot be used by arrays because this is not being implemented on arrays. Iterator is implemented only by these classes. So we be able to use iterators for list, whereas for arrays there are no iterators. We have to go with the traditional or normal looping statements like for loop, while loop, do while loop, those kind of things. But for array list, we have an extra thing called as iterators. If you want to iterate or if you want to read each of the values from the list or set or map, then we have iterators. We can use these iterators. Okay. And here arrays, if you want to store array stores similar same type of data, it will not be able to store different values. But here array list, we can store objects, so we can store any type of values. Okay, so those are the differences between arrays and array lists. Now let us see the other methods of array lists. Okay, we have seen add, we have seen get. Okay, now let us see the extra methods or extra things that which are present inside this array list, or what is the flexibility that we are getting out of this array list. Let's see it. Okay, so this is without mentioning the data type. These are called as array lists. Okay, non-generic array lists of non-generic type. Okay, now if you want to create a generic type array list or a generic array list, so generic means we are going to mention the type or a data type of this array list. Whatever the type of values that we are going to store inside this array list, we are going to mention. Same array list. Okay, this is from Java.util package or using it. And then you see it is asking this type generic type. So here we can mention what is the type of values that we are going to store, the data type. Okay, data type is, for example, string. Okay, then I'll say this as array list 2. Array list 2 is equals to new array list. Here again you can mention the same data type string. So now observe the difference. This is array list, this is also array list, but here we did not mention the data type, here we are mentioning the type. So when you mention the type, generic type, or when you mention the generic type for this array list, you can only store this type of values inside this array list. You won't be able to store the other type of values. But when you don't mention the data type or generic type, you will be able to store any type of value inside the list. That is the only difference. So when you know that you are going to store only one type of values, then you can mention this generic type. Otherwise, you can write it like this. Okay, so let's see. Okay, now let us make some. Okay, I have these three things. I'm just going to add into array list 2, not array list 1, but it's going to be in array list 2. I'm going to add the values, the same values in array list 2 as well. Okay. But I'm going to add some extra values inside this array list 2 dot add. Let's say some extra values. Say some values. Okay, I added a few values inside this array list too. Okay, now let us assume these are the names which are in this particular order. Now I want to add, let's make it in alphabetical order, or let it be. So some values are there. Now if I want to retrieve it, you know already we are going to use this for loop. But now I don't want to retrieve these values. Now what I want to do here, Nikhil is in 0th position, Yanji is in 1st position, 2nd position, 3rd position, 4th position, and 5th position. Right? When you start from index 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now I want to add another person between Sharaf and Mansa. In arrays, we cannot change the index position. But here, if you want to add values into a specific position, we can do that. So how do we do? Add values at specific position. Now on this array list, if you see there is another add method. Forget about add all, but you see this add. The first one we already used for adding values, but the second one you see, which is taking index and element. So index is the position where you want to add. What is it saying? You see, inserts the specified element at the specified position in this list. This list, it is going to be it is going to add that specified element inside that specified position which you are passing through this position, first parameter. And what happens to the others? The others are going to shifts the element currently at that position and any subsequent elements into the right. That means, so when you are going to add an element in between this, these are going to add one extra space, and then these are all things are going to shift once. Earlier it was in 0, 1, 2, third position. Now it will be starting from 4, 5, 6. If you add a value in between here. Now see, we'll do one thing. Printing original values. Print original values are going to use as this is the array list 2. From array list 2, I am printing everything. And also write some statement. So, printing actual. Okay. Now, right. So, adding value in a specific position. Okay. See now, in which position do you want me to add? In between Yanji and Sharaf, or in between Sharaf or Mansa, in between Yash and Mansa, in between Yash and Kumar, wherever we want, we can add it. So for suppose I want to add between Sharaf and Mansa. Okay, so the index position will be 0, 1, 2. So index position will be 3. So I'm going to add at third position. That means after Sharaf. Okay, after Sharaf I want to add. So I am giving the number as 3, and then I'll say as Sunny. Okay. Now let us print the values again. Printing list after adding value at position 3. Okay. Now let's run this and see. Print. Okay, what was the errors? One, two, three, five, six. I equals to 0. I less than array list dot size. Precondition 64. What is the, where it is coming? Let me see. Array list 2 dot get I. Okay, we missed -1 here again. -1. Okay, right. Now let's run this. Actually, less than means no need of having this minus. You see, I made a small mistake here. I'm getting the size of previous array list. You see this? I'm getting the size of this array list, but I'm printing array list 2. So there is a difference between the size of this array list 2 and array list, right? That is why it is giving me an error. Should be actually array list 2 here. While copy pasting, I missed it to update. Okay. Now let's see. No need of -1 because I'm only less than. Yeah. Now see the console. Forget about the previous ones. Those are all our yesterday's values. But to see printing actual list. These were the actual lists: Nikhil, Yanji, Sharaf, Mansa, Yash, and Kumar. Now adding values at a specific position. I added, and then now I am printing the values after adding value at position 3. Now see position 3. What is the value? Here after Sharaf, we have Mansa. But here after Sharaf, we have Sunny. But what happened to these Mansa, Yash, and Kumar? They just moved one position extra, right? Are we able to add in between? No. Understood this? Hello?
Yes, Nikhil.
You'll be able to add in a particular position. If you want to do the same operation using arrays, we do not have any direct method. Okay, now this is a task for you since we already know arrays. So this is another task, so that you will understand the easiness or the luxury that this collections concept is giving us, providing us. Okay, what is a task? Implement the same functionality of adding at specific position using arrays. But we know that arrays are static in nature. We cannot increase the size, so we cannot add in between. No, can, but there is we have a solution. These kind of questions also you might get in. Okay, you have to write your own logic for arrays to make this happen. What is that logic? Create an array with size 5, for example. Okay, then size 5, add elements to it. That's all. And then now, when you want to add another value at a position, a particular position, then create another array of increased size, that is 5 plus 1. You have to create another array of size 6. Then get the position where you want to add. You should know it, right? Like, see, I said I want to store it at third position. Similarly, you have to get the position in an array where to add. And in that, using loops, fill or copy the values. Copy the values from array 1 to array 2 until the Then after that, when at the position add new value, then continue adding remaining values to the new array, and then print the second array. That's all. We have to do these many operations. This is an exercise or task for you so that you can practice arrays, and you can also understand the coolness or easy things that are reducing the burden, what our burden you can understand about array list. Okay. Please try this. Okay. So directly we cannot increase the size of an array. So that is why what are we doing? There is one array with size 5. We cannot increase the size of this array at runtime. So what are we doing? We are creating another array with the increased size. What is the increased size? This one, plus we are going to add only one element at that position, right? So we are going to increase size by 1 and then copy all the values from into this array into this array until the specified position. When the specified position is there, in that position we are going to add a new value, and then we don't have to ignore the values which are after that position. So again, you have to go back and read the values from this array list, first array, and then store the values into this array, second array, so that you will see similar kind of behavior in arrays as well. Okay. All right. Now, you see on array list 2 dot. You see, these are all the methods that we will be able to use on the array list. See how many methods are how many methods is it providing? See, so these are all the methods that we can use. Okay. Now we have seen add, we have seen adding at a particular position. Okay. And now I have two lists. You see here, list 1 and then list 2. I want to add all the list 1 elements or list 2 elements into list 1. Like suppose you have two separate lists and you want to consolidate them. You want to consolidate them, or you want to combine both of them into a single list. You can also do that by using add all method. You see, add all is taking a collection as input. So this add all array list 2, what I want to add? I want to add array list. That's all. Now, whatever the values are present in this array list, those will be added into this array list 2. Now let me add all items. Okay, list 2, another list. Okay, and after merging both lists. Okay, I added this. Now we have to print it, right? Again, so I'm printing it. If you want to see the consolidated list, you have to use this. Okay, now let's see. I know this. I expected this because you see here, these are object types. But what did I create about array list 2? This is of string type. Can I store numbers in string? No, right? So that is why it is throwing an error. So what I'm going to do is I'll convert these as strings for now, for this example. Okay. Now everything is string. You see now, after merging both the lists, you see all the values are present here. Nikhil Gunda, Yanji, Sharab, Sunny, Mansa, Yash Kumar. These are from array list 2. And inside this array list 2, what I'm doing, I'm adding all the elements of this array list. Now see, again, Nikhil Gunda, Yanji, Sharab, Bobby, 1, 2, 3, false, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So where is it adding the second collection? At the end of the first collection. I mean, here we are adding array list to array list to array list 2, right? So that is why first it will be all the array list 2 elements will be present, and at the end of this array list 2, this will be added. But if you see here, there is Nikhil Gunda twice, there is Yanji twice, there is Sharaf twice, right? We have, these are duplicates. So what can we understand by this? Array lists are capable of storing duplicates. Even if there are duplicates, there is no issue with the array list. You can store duplicate values also inside an array list. You can store the same value any number of times. Okay, that is the point that we learned about this. If you want to add or if you want to consolidate two different lists, then you use this add all method. Now, when I use this default add all method, this is going to get added by default at the end, right? But I don't want to add this array list at the end. I want to start in between at a particular position, and then later I want to have all the values from this array list. That is also possible. Array list 2 dot add all. You see, this is also having another method called index and the collection. Index and the collection. So when you mention the position, suppose I want to add these values at 4th position. Okay, and then I want to add this. So now the values from this array list 2 start getting added into this array list 2 from position 4. And what happens to the other values in this array list 2? They'll just shift right until all these values are completed. Until all the once all the values from this array list are copied into this array list 2, then it will continue with the existing values. Let's see that. See, so adding values from another list on or in a position. Okay, now let's run this and see. Yeah, you see, adding values from another list in a specific position. From here it started. See, Nikhil, Yanji, Sharaf, and Sunny. Because I'm starting from 4th position, so you'll see 0, 1, 2, 3. Right? 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now I understood. What happened? Okay, I used the same array list, right? So it is getting confused with this. Nikhil, Yanji, Sharaf, and Sunny. Where is? Yeah. Nikhil, Yanji, and Sharaf. Then where is Sunny? You see, this was the original list, but in between I added already a value. And again, I'm doing the operations on the same array list, right? So Nikhil, Yanji, Sharaf, and then this is Sunny at 3rd position. Okay. Nikhil, Yanji, Sharaf, and this is Sunny at 3rd position. And from 4th position, we are trying to add array list 1. So this 4th position, we have started adding this. Nikhil, Yanji, Sharaf, Bobby, 1, 2, 3, false, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then next, we are combining or we are adding all the rest of the values from the last position again. So after Sunny, you have Manasa, Yash, and Kumar, right? So here also after this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, Manasa, Yash, and Kumar. But before this, we also added at the end, right? See, array list at the end. So that is why you are seeing this again. Nikhil, Yanji, Sharaf, Bobby, 1, 2, 3, false, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Understood? So you'll be able to add a collection at any specific position, or you can also add the collection by default at the end if you don't mention any specific position. Okay, then if you want to remove a particular value, you can also do that. Array list dot. Okay, you see there is a remove. Okay, you can remove based on index or you can remove based on value. Suppose I want to remove based on index. So let us see that. I want to remove the position 2. Okay, from this array list 2. Okay. let's create another array list because it has become clumsy now. We have done so many operations on the same array list. I'll create array list 3 of type let it be strings only. New array list of string type. Why am I creating another array list is because if I'm keep on doing this, the list will increase, right? The size will go on increasing. So we'll get confused, okay, whether it is added or not. And we also have duplicates here. So we might get confused. So that is the reason. Otherwise, we can do the same operations on the same list as well. Okay. Array list 3 dot add. I'm going to add the courses. Selenium. Okay. Then this is enough. Selenium, Java, Maven, STG, and then okay, like this. There are some values inside this array list 3. Now I don't want to work with Java. Okay, I don't want to work with Java. I want to work with some other language. So I want to remove this Java from this list. Okay, so we can do that. 3 array list 3 dot remove. See, remove the index position. I want to remove Java. In which position it is there? 0 and 1. So I'll add 1. Okay, now I'll print this. Yes, for loop, same for loop, but instead of array list 2, the list variable is array list 3. Okay, to differentiate. After removing value from okay, before removing also, if you want me to print, I can print. Okay, right. So before removing, I use the remove, and then again after remove, I will. There are errors. Unnecessary import. You see, before removing values from a particular position, what are the values? Selenium, Java, Maven, Test Engine, Cucumber. After removing Selenium, Maven, Test Engine. So Java is removed from this, right? That's all. So similarly, you can also remove values based on the object or based on the value that you want to remove. I want to remove you can also mention like this, or you can also mention a value position. Say you see Selenium, Maven, and Test Engine because I removed Java and Cucumber from this list. So you don't see Java and Cucumber here. Right? Whether you remove using index or whether you remove using its value, it will be removed. No issues. Here, one thing that you have to know is, for suppose having this Cucumber at 2 positions. Okay, duplicates are already in array list, right? Now I am removing Cucumber. Let's see what happens. You see, Selenium, Maven, Java, and Cucumber are removed after this Maven, but the Cucumber at the end is still remaining there, because when you mention like this, it is going to remove this Cucumber only once. Only once. The first occurrence of this Cucumber will be removed. Understood? If you have duplicates, those will be still retained. It will be removing only first occurrence of this cucumber. Since I have two cucumbers here, I removed one, the other one will remain as is. Is that clear, guys?
Yes, yes.
Right. Similarly, we were able to add all, right? We were able to add one array list into another array list, right? Similarly, we have remove all. Remove all. Suppose I will create another array list for list. Array list is equals to new. This will be of type string. You can create in any type array list. Since strings are easy for us to understand, so I'm using the strings. Okay. All right. Now I have another array list. Dot. And first I need to have some values inside this, right? Add B. C#, and then I'll add some values. Java, Maven, and then say grid, something. Okay. So there are some values inside array list 4, and there are some values inside array list 3. Okay. We have two array lists now. This. Okay. So we have Java, but we have Maven. Okay, fine. So now here, let us remove array list 3, whatever is present inside this array list 3, Java and okay, but they are all. I'll comment this part. Okay. We have Java and Maven, which is common to this. Okay. Also add Selenium and Cucumber. Array list 4. Here I say test it. Okay, I added some values. Now we have array list 3, array list 4. Now I want to remove whatever the elements present in array list 3 from this array list 4. Whatever the elements present in this R should be removed in this. So array list 4 dot remove all of this particular collection. You see, remove all of this particular collection. Now I want to remove collection 3 or remove array list 3 from array list 4. Okay. So whatever the values, if these elements are present inside this, those will be removed. If those are not present, for example, you see here cucumber is not present inside this, so nothing happens. It doesn't throw any error. If it is present, if any of the elements or if any of the values present inside this are present inside this, then those will be removed. Okay. Once I remove, I can print all the values. After removing values from list 3, it will be list 4. Now let me run this. You see, after removing values from list 3, what are the values are present here? Python, Ruby, C# and Grid. You see, Java, Maven, Selenium and TestNG are not present inside this list because I removed array list 3. Array list 3 contains Java, Selenium, Maven and TestNG. You see here Java, Selenium, Maven and TestNG. Those values are removed and the remaining are retained in this array list 4. Clear? So we have seen how to add at a particular position, how to add a list to another list, how to remove a particular value, how to remove based on index, and how to remove values from another list. Okay. So like this, we have so many methods. Array list 4 dot. You see, add we have seen, about add all also we have seen, clear. So the name itself says when you use this method, it will clear all the elements from this list. The list will become empty after this. Call this clear method, the list will become empty. Okay. And clone is going to create a duplicate array list. Whatever is present in this array list 4 will be cloned to another array list. And if you want to check whether an element is present or not, we can use contains. Okay. Just passing the parameter, whatever the value you want to check whether it is present or not, you can use this contains method. And if you have another list and you want to see in our list whether all the other values are present, the values from the other list are present, then you use contains all. Okay. Ensure capacity you can ignore. This is for setting up the minimum size. We are not going to touch those kind of things, so let it be. We are not using it. And if you want to compare two values, then you can use equals. This is for each. Let's skip this. We already know how do we use this for each. Okay. And then get, we already saw. Get class is from object class. Oh, sorry, get class method is from object class, so we can ignore this. You see, this is from object. And hash code, if you want to see what is the hash code of the value that we are getting, then you can use this hash code method. And then you want to get the position of the value, index of the value, then we can use this index of. You can mention a value and then this index of will return the position, first occurrence position. Okay. And if you want to see whether the array list is empty, then you can use this is empty. This is going to return a Boolean value true or false. If it is empty, it will return true, otherwise it will return false. Okay, iterator, now we'll see it. Okay, just give let's see the other things and then we'll go to iterator. Okay, and then last index of, we already saw what is index of and what is last index of in string, right? In substring methods or string methods, we saw what index of is going to give the first occurrence of index, and last index of is going to give the last value. I mean, that is going to check from the last position and give that particular index. Okay. And then list iterator and iterator both are same. So we are going to see iterator. The notifies from object, you can ignore this. And parallel stream. These parallel streams we don't use as Selenium testers, but these can be used when you want to perform. See now, if you observe our previous operations, if you are doing addition, we are doing only addition. If you are removing it, we are doing only removal. But if you want to do them parallelly, one after the, we did one after the other. But if you want to do them parallelly, multiple operations, additions and retrievals or removals on the same list parallelly by different things, then you can use or implement this parallel. But for Selenium or as a Selenium test developer, we don't need this parallel stream. So let's ignore. Remove, we have seen the methods. Remove all, we have seen it. And then replace. So the name itself says if you want to replace all the values from a particular list with the other values in the other list, then you can use this replace. And then retain all. Now, when I said array list 4 dot remove array list 3, so it is removing all the values of array list 3 from array list 4. Similarly, we have retain all. This retain all is going to retain only the values which are present in this, and the rest of the values it is going to remove extra values. Understood? Except the values which are present in this array list 3, all the other values will be removed in this array list. When you say retain all, retain means it is going to retain only these values. Whatever extra is there, those are all going to be removed. That is retain all. Okay. Then array list 4 dot.
Extra from where? Because you are pointing to the array list 3 only, right? So array list 3.
Okay, I'll do one thing. Now you see, I'll come.
Can you show me example for retain all?
Now I removed this array list. I mean, I just commented this. I don't remove any values from this array list 4, right? So now array list 4 has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 98, out of which the elements of array list 3 are Java, Maven, Selenium, and TestNG, right? Java, Maven, Selenium, and TestNG. We have these 4. Okay. Now, when I apply array list 4 dot
Okay, got it, got it.
in all,
It will
okay,
retain
say,
only array list 3 value. It you're going to remove what? Okay, got it.
now if I print the values, you will see only array list 3 values in array list 4. That's all.
Got it.
Okay. Now let me run this. See, after removing, where is that? After removing, okay. Oh, I did not add any SISO statement here. Okay, that's fine. I write a SISO statement just to separate. After retaining all values from list 3. Yeah. You see, only values which are present in list 3, Java, Maven, Selenium, and TestNG are printed here, right? What about the other things? Python, Ruby, C#, and Grid. Those are all removed from this array list 3. Sorry, array list 4. Got it? Bobby, is it clear?
Yeah, I got it already.
Then array list 4 dot. Now let's go down, retain all, and then if you want to set a particular element at a particular position, you can use this set, but we never use it. Okay, this is going to override it. See, when you add at a particular position, it is going to add a new element, and then it is going to move all the elements one memory down, one size down, right? One position down. But when you use this set, this is going to replace the value in this particular position. Whatever the position you give, if I say third position, and then I want to set, what will I say, is Python or something. Okay. Okay. When I do this, whatever might be the value at position 3 inside this, what will be that position 3? 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Instead of TestNG, it will be setting Python. TestNG will be completely gone because it is replaced. When you use set with this particular position value will be replaced with Python. Understood? Or let me make it 0. Let me make it 0th position so that Java will be replaced with Python. Okay? If I run this, see it now on the bottom. You will see Java is replaced with Python now. Set is going to completely replace values from that particular position. It is not going to move them, but it is going to replace it directly. List 4 dot. Okay. Set and size we already know. We saw we are using it in for loop now, and then sort. Yes, this is one more thing. You have this list unsorted, right? You have this list unsorted, not in alphabetical order. If you want to sort them, you can use this sort method. Okay, and then you can also mention this comparator value, whatever. How do you want to sort it? Okay, so that's not needed for us because anyway, list is going to have duplicates. Okay, then split iterator. This is also we are not going to use. Stream. This is again about the parallel things. When we want to do operations in parallel, we use this stream and then perform the parallel operations. Sublist. If you want to create a sublist from this list, from a particular position to from this position to this position, I want to create a sublist. Then you use this begin index and end index. If you want to convert this list to array, you can use this to array. Okay, and then if you want to convert to string, but this we are not going to do. Okay, and a trim to size, if you want to reduce the size of an array list, then you use this. These are all the methods which are from object class, so no need of this. Now we are pending with one method, that is iterator, that is I have to tell. The all the other methods you can understand and you can use them by default. When you see the name itself, you can understand. But iterator is something different. Okay. Now, I'll create another example. Working with.
Can I do like this, like remove all, inside it, sort, like that we can nest it, nest the keywords like that?
I'm sorry. Remove.
Can we make a nest of keywords like remove all, inside, sort, inside like that, or we have to do a separate?
We can do that. We can nest it. See, after retain all, I can add. I think it's not allowing to do nested operations. Yeah, it is not allowing to do nested operations. So you have to do and then store it in another list, and then I mean, you can use, if you are using like this, the same values, the same operations are done on array-list4, right? So you can directly add sort, then again add sort, then again retain, sort, then again remove. You have to do separate lines only.
No, can you try this retain all, inside parenthesis, sort that variable?
Okay, here you can do it because this array list 3, right? This is a parameter. Whatever you are doing, you have to pass a list to this retain all. So even if you are sorting it, array list 3 dot sort. So this is again going to return an array list. You see, this is not returning anything, but the list will be sorted. So you can do that, no problem. But it doesn't look good and the people might get confused. So that is why we write it in separate line and then add it. You can also do here array list 3 dot add, no problem. See, but this is going to assume this is array list dot add. It is going to return what? You see, it is going to return a boolean value, but this retain all is expecting a collection. It will not throw any error here, but the method is accepting a collection, but this one is returning a boolean value. You see. That is why we do it in a separate line and then pass this array list 3 here again. Understood?
Yeah.
Okay. Working with iterator. Now we know that how to print the values from a list or set or array using for loop, while loop, advanced for loop, all these things, right? But we have one thing specific to these collection items, that is iterator. Okay. Let us, what is this iterator and how do we print it? Now let me create. I will create another array list because I did so many operations on these array lists. So, okay, I have array list 4, right? Okay, let us use this array list 4 dot iterate. This is going to return string iterators. Okay, now this is going to return us iterator object of type string. Okay, ITR is equals to. Now this we have to import from java.util package. Now this I mean array list directly we cannot iterate or we cannot go through the elements of this array list. So that is what are we doing is we are converting this array list into iterator type by using this iterator method. So now all the values inside this array list are iteratable and then stored in this ITR variable. Okay. Now we can't, this is not an array list, this is iterator now. Okay. So we don't have the size of it. We cannot use the size of this. So that is why using iterator, if you want to iterate over each element of this, then either we can go with for each loop or we can use with while. Okay, while iterate with iterator. While this ITR has next, if it is having next value, we saw this, right? Has next, did we see earlier? So this itr dot has next. So in this list, it is going to check by default this next position, whatever the next position is there, that will be in -1, because index will be starting from 0. This position will be at -1. When you ask has next, it is going to check for the position 0. Okay, if there is a value, yes, there is a value. So what is it going to do is it is going to print that value here. I don't want to.
Wait, Nikhil. Will it go back in the index? Has next means it has to go forward, right? Hello?
Yeah. I'm sharing my screen, whiteboard. Can you see it?
Mm-hmm.
Let us assume that this is our list where I'm having these values 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Some values are I'm having. Okay, like A, B, C, E, and E. This iterator is going to iterate over all the elements of this list. Okay, but to iterate, we have a method called next. If you want to get a next value, okay, you have a next method. When you call this next method, it is going to fetch this value. But when will it become next? If this position is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. When we are 0th position, what is the next value? 1, right?
Yeah.
When you say next, it is going to 1 and it is going to print B. But how will we get A?
-1.
The position should be starting from -1.
Mm-hmm.
So by default, the next position will be at -1. Has next position. Okay. When you check with has next, this has next is going to check whether we are having a next index or not. What is the next index for -1? 0. When you
0.
say next, okay, if there is a 0th index, okay, it has next. Then I want to print it. Then I'll call next method so that it will print this value. So initially, this iterator by default starts from -1. Like arrays index starts from 0, right? Iterator index starts from -1. But we cannot store anything in -1. We will be storing only from 0. Since it has to move to next, it has to be in -1. If it is at 0, we will the position 0 will be skipped always, right? You are getting my point? How is that clear?
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Alright, back. Right. Now this iterator has next is initially having position at -1. Now it is going to check whether, okay, if there is a single element, then okay, does it have 0th position? Yes, it has. Then I want to print. By default, the
Nikhil, is this iterator like a scanner class? Is another class?
Yeah, it is not a class, it is an interface. Iterator is an interface, you see. We have seen the hierarchy, right? You forgot again. You see this iterable.
Mm-hmm.
Inside this iterable, that iterator method is there. This method is present inside that iterable interface. Now, if you want to use that iterable iterator method from the iterable interface, that is an iterator interface. That iterable is nothing but iterator. This is iterator. Okay.
So you typed the iterator and control space, or how did it come, the syntax?
See this array list 4 dot iterator. Okay. Now I hovered over it. What is it returning?
Iterator.
Iterator type of string, and then this is from in dot
interface
dot util. No. You see this iterator method. Sorry. This iterator is from, if I hover over it, you are seeing the package name. See java.util. Okay. So I typed iterator. Okay. And this is of type string. We saw it right here.
You typed it. It's not
string.
like control.
So I typed it, and then I gave a variable name is equals to. Okay.
Okay.
So now we have it. So based on the logic, by default, the position will be at -1. When you say next, it will go to 0th position and it will print it. And then from 0th position, it is checking again has next. That means whether index position 1 is available. Yes, if it is available, then it is printing index position 1. Understood?
What it will do when it is the fifth, the last one? It will go to -1 again. It will keep on printing.
Last one. If it is at fourth position, then we are checking has next. Does it have next?
No,
When it doesn't have next, will the while loop continue?
it will break. We have to give break, right?
Not needed. If the condition is failing, it will not execute, right?
Okay.
If the condition is not met, if the condition is false, it doesn't have anything. When it is true, then it is printing. When it is false, it will not enter into this while loop. So it will stop it there itself. No need of break. If you want to break in between, then you use break. You can add some condition, and if that condition is met, you can break it. But if you want to print all the things, then you have to use like this. No need of break. It will stop automatically once the maximum size is met. Okay. Printing values using an iterator. You see Python, Maven, Selenium, and TestNG. You got it?
Okay.
That's all. So this is all about array list. You understood how to add, how to read, how to do all the retain all, remove all, and all these operations, right? Setting and using iterator as well. So these are the things. Try this example. Okay. All right. So any questions in today's topic? Any
No.
all clear? Okay. If there are no questions, then we can wind up for today. But yeah, now in this, you are able to see my screen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So in this, we have done array list. We cannot work with the interface. I mean, we cannot create objects for interfaces. We can create objects only for classes. So we work with array list. Okay. Now, vector and stack you can ignore because these are old technologies and old things. Vector and stack, we never use them. Any developer or any tester, we are not going to use vector and stack. These are all outdated now. Okay. We're not using vector and stack, but you might get questions on what is the difference between array list and linked list. All the operations what we did in array list, this one, all the operations whatever we did in array list, the same operations will be present in linked list as well, because this array list and linked list, these are sharing the same list methods, these are sharing the same collection, these are sharing the same iterable. So whatever the methods which are present in this indexing or these interfaces, only those methods will be implemented in these classes. So method wise, there won't be any differences, but this linked list might have some extra methods. That extra method makes the difference between array list and linked list. Now you have to find out what is the difference between array list and linked list. Will you do it? All the methods will be same, all the operations will be same, all the process will be same, but there will be some extra methods. This is another task for you. Task. Find the
Method, you mean the operations here, right? Add, remove.
So suppose you have
contains
here retain all. There might be, I mean, not retain all, I'm saying retain all will be common for linked list or array list, but like this, we might have some other methods. Okay. What are those methods? Why we are having some extra methods in linked list? That thing I want. Okay. Find the differences between array list and linked list. If you Google it, you will directly find it. But you have to understand. So just Google it and then find the differences between array list and linked list, and then try those methods on linked list, and then explain me what are the differences between array list and linked list. Can you do it in tomorrow? Can you find the differences and tell me by tomorrow?
Yeah.
What about you, Sharaf and Yanji?
Yes.
Yes, Nikhil. Sure.
I don't see the confidence in both of you, Sharaf and Yanji. You keep silent and then you don't speak. You don't ask any questions. Is there some problem with my session, or you don't understand, or you're not getting it?
Because you are uploading in YouTube, that's a problem. Otherwise, we will ask silly questions too.
There are thousands of people who doesn't know ABC of Java or Selenium. If you ask those silly questions, they will also learn. What's wrong in it? They don't know you personally. They don't know me personally, right? What's wrong if you ask questions and if you upload it in YouTube? No issues, right? Don't have to worry about those things. And whoever is going to
No, Nikhil, we'll definitely ask question. Yeah,
that's good. That's
if
good.
we have it.
Voice. Yeah. So find the differences between array list and linked list, and just see. Tell me by tomorrow. Okay. Process will be same. Even if you want to create an object for linked list, it will be same. You see, linked list from Java class. You can mention the data type, and then I say linked list is equals to new. Sorry, is equals to new linked list of type plus type string. That's all. And again, you'll have the same method ln list dot. You see, again add on, but you are having some positions. You see, add first, add last. Did we have this in array list? No, we do not have this. These are from specifically linked list. And then clear clone or their contains is there, contains all is there. But you see, descending iterator is one new thing here added. Right? So like this, we have we have a few methods like poll first, poll last, peak first, peak last. So these are the things that we are having extra in this linked list. Poll, peak, push, pop. These are the extra methods. Okay, and then remove all these are common. Replace all, retain all, set sizes. All these are common. Okay, you have poll, peak, pop, push, and then where is that? Offer first, offer last. Okay, and then we have add first, add last. These are some extra methods. Now you learn what are these methods. You can find the differences in Google. You can learn what are these methods, and then tell me what is the difference by tomorrow. Okay, rest all the operations are same. All right. Any questions or any issues? Are you doing the tasks and exercises?
Not me, maybe Yanji and Sharaf.
You have to do. If you don't do these tasks, you'll never understand the beauty of learning.
Correct, but
You'll understand
I'm
the beauty
very
of.
tightly packed.
I know everybody will be tightly packed, but you have to find some gap. Okay,
Yeah,
practice it. See, you will understand the beauty of using collections when you understand the pain in doing this.
I'm working till
Understand the pain in doing
7:38.
this?
Working till 7:38. After that, housework and then training. So yeah.
Okay. Just find some time whenever it is possible. Take 1 day or 2 days off if needed, because you're learning, you're investing money and you're investing your time. That doesn't go, that shouldn't go in vain.
Sure. Yeah, that's true. I agree. I wish I could
So
do it.
find some time. Okay. Right.
Yeah.
All right. Bye bye, guys.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, Nikhil.
Thank you,
Bye,
Nikhil.
guys.
Bye.